What we believe, truly believe, we can and will do. Belief gives us powers sufficient to do all reasonably achievable things. Claude Bristol's Magic of Believing is well summarized in James Allen's words from his classic, As a Man Thinking, As a Man Thinketh. I'll read the last stanza. The human will, that force unseen, the offspring of a deathless soul, can hew a way to any goal. The walls of granite intervene.
I just want to say that belief in this program and really overall in life goes a long, long way. So if you truly believe in this program, again, you literally have every single resource and method to end this nonsensical habit.
Thank you, Coach, for the great program you created. It's really helped me grow and learn new things. This week was full of courage and new beginning. I started to speak more and I didn't feel afraid. I felt more confident and peaceful inside. Your support gave me strength to keep going.
Coach Lee, that was a wonderful speech. Your speech always gives so much information, and it's really interesting to see how thoughts influence what we, believe. So I just, looked up the internet to understand what thoughts actually mean. So I'll just read it out. Thoughts are the mental processes or ideas that occur in the mind. They include everything from reasoning, remembering, imaging, and problem solving to daydreaming or reacting emotionally. Thoughts can be conscious or unconscious, and they form the basis for beliefs and action. And it was so what we believe can actually be trained by changing our thoughts. That's really interesting.
I used to wonder, why do I believe so wholeheartedly in not being able to like say, hi, how can I help you? Things like that, like little, small stuff like that under pressure. But when speaking to other people, like my friends and family, I was fluent. I was more fluent. But under pressure, I used to have this like deep rooted belief that I couldn't say it, and I used to just um, beat myself up and not understand. And that's when I realized, that belief goes both ways. It can go in a positive way and it can go in a negative way. And I think the wonderful thing that Coach Lee shared here is that you develop belief through training the subconscious mind, right? And this program is a perfect example for that. If you can develop fluency memories, right, you can actually train your subconscious mind to create another belief, right? A belief in another direction where, okay, now I can be fluent. And
if the fish doesn't have getting water, he will die, right? Same thing. If we don't believe to overcome stutter, whatever we do hard work, we never overcome stutter. We never. So belief is the core. The main important thing is to stop stutter.
What is it that stops everyone from believing? Because if we know that this really works, then why doesn't everybody choose to do that?
Listen, you asked a question that just broke the bank, and shame on you. And we're not going to allow you to come back here and ask any more questions. I'm kidding, Tara. All of us can succeed in some important ways. And we can justify our existence. We can become self-sufficient. We can acquire good relationships and good partners, and we can speak too, and we're going to. And so, but when we do these things in many cases, one thing at a time.
The biggest thing coming to this program was I finally found something that I could really believe could work. And, at least maybe part of it was, reading your book, Lee, you mentioned a lot of things in there that I had always felt that, were true, but I was always doubting in myself, and really it was when I read your book that really I began to truly believe and as you mentioned, Coach, it's when you start to believe that's the most important thing. And I think I think it was Tara who mentioned that coming to these meetings helps you as well. Because
real quick, I just wanted to say, when I first started affirmations, nothing happened for a month. Like zero. I could not tell any difference. And then almost exactly 4 weeks since I started doing it, then suddenly my first thought, instead of a panic, was my affirmation. So my affirmation was, think a crutch when you hit a block. And I did it over and over and over and over, daily affirmations, and it took me a month until I saw anything. But it did happen, and I didn't give up. But then as soon as I hit a block, my first thought was, oh, okay, now I got to pick a crutch. So it's not like you're believing something that isn't true. You're just retraining your mind. And it does take time, but it does work.
The power of belief is just a topic that has really been amazing to hear about. I kind of have a little bit of experience with this, being a real kind of positive and then negative type of person sometimes. Is kind of like, if there's positive and negative, well, sometimes you feel drained when you're taking on a lot of that negativity. And when you shift to maybe a positive type of frame, you feel energy. And sometimes you can really be self-aware and see that in real time.
The things that you mentioned, it reminded me of the first time I stumbled upon your book many years ago. As you know, I was a very severe case. And just by beginning to read the book and watching a few of your videos of your sessions with other PWS, I began to believe that I finally found a solution. And just by that, my speech improved in just immediately, just by that belief. But of course, you've got to do something else because you've got to take some action, right? Because if not, that belief is not going to last for a long
The
time.
human will, that force unseen, the offspring of a deathless soul, can hew a way to any goal, though walls of granite intervene. That's great advice. Danny, thank you for hosting today.
And thank you for such an exceptional talk as always, Lee. All right, on that happy note, it's time to close our meeting. I hope that you enjoyed exchanging thoughts with ex-stutterers and those fast becoming ex-stutterers. I will now end with our motto. Feel free to say it along with me. If you can say one word anywhere, anytime, you can say and love to say any word, anywhere, anytime. Until next Saturday, have a great weekend, my friends.
Take care, everybody.